Alright.
We're ready.
Recording.
Alright. I'm getting deja vu.
Yeah.
So, welcome to another episode of Big and Stupid Game Reviews. I'm Stupid J.
I'm Big Mike. Today we're reviewing
Boobies. Boobies the video game. AKA
Dead or Alive 5. So, here we go.
After you.
Dead or Alive 5 is a fighting game.
It sure is.
I am not good at fighting games. So, what I like about a fighting game is we've said it before, pretty much every time we review a fighting games are most fun with other people. You know, you get a bunch of people, you play a fighting game.
Drink some tequila.
This one, it works the way it's supposed to.
Yep.
The characters are fast. The controls are responsive.
Easy.
Yeah, they're fairly easy. The game looks great, and it has what I like the most out of a fighter, sort of a spectacle thing, like in Mortal Kombat. You know, everybody's around, and you do the X-ray move, and everybody's like, oh god. This one, though, has big, exposed, jiggling, sweaty, dirty boobs. So then once, everybody's sitting around and you're playing the game and everybody's like, whoa, did you see your boobs bounce all over the place? Or, when they're done with the fight and they, oh yeah, this is a nice fight, boop, 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 boobs. Even girls like boobs. So it's not sexist. Everybody likes boobs. So the game, it's a good fighting game. The
interactive levels.
The interactive levels. That's right. Most of the levels, I guess. What'd you say? Like half?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Like half of the levels have interactive stuff. You knock somebody into a wall, a missile comes out of nowhere and blows them up, or a beam falls down on a car and that blows up. There's all sorts of explosions and electric shocks and all sorts of fun, crazy stuff. And, there's levels that are in, war zones. And it has little stuff like when you're fighting somewhere dirty, at the end of the level, you're dirtier. And then if you're fighting in, a building or a boxing ring or something, then you're just sweatier. You're not dirty. So it's, it has little...
Yeah, those little details really makes the game more fun. I mean, doesn't add to the gameplay or nothing, but it's those little things you notice that you're always like, oh, that's really fucking cool.
And I don't usually notice that stuff, but I noticed that, I was in the battlefield in the dirt, and then at the end...
It's because of the boobs.
Well, the boobs were dirtier, and then, in the wrestling ring...
Well, they do a great job of attention to detail.
Yeah.
I mean, they always have, and this is no different. I mean, maybe there would have been more interactive levels. Maybe I end a fight too quick, When you're beating a fight in under a minute, sometimes you don't always get to experience a multi-tiered level. You might not even know it or whatever. So there might be. But from in my experience of playing this, I didn't seem to find too many. And that is a little disappointing when I'm comparing it to Part 4 and Part 3, which are considerably older games.
Mm-hmm.
But my only real complaint is story mode. Story shit. I mean, it's badly written, it's lame, you don't care, because it's a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
So fighting games, you don't play for their story. Like Street Fighter, where it's like, this is a tournament, and Bison is evil. Great, I will fight him. And that's your story.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of like, hey, let's have some sort of drama that you just don't care about, and it's just terrible. But it's not even so much the story as story mode is also practice mode. And so the only way to get through the story mode is to perform newer moves as it teaches you throughout each part, every chapter, basically. So the only way to progress is make sure you do 5 blocks, make sure you do 5 reversals, make sure you do 10 high kicks, whatever. And that's annoying. That should be separate practice mode, story mode, not combined. It doesn't add anything to the experience other than frustration. If I wanted to do practice, I'll play practice. If I want to play story, I want to experience the story, and there's just no need to combine them, and for me, that's annoying.
Well, maybe the people who make the practice mode were mad because nobody ever plays practice mode, so they're like, no, put this in with the story mode. Come on, let somebody do one of our levels.
I mean, seriously, we're talking about a fighting game. Who sits down and goes, well, time to study this? No. First thing everyone does is look for the most badass looking character and just jumps into it without even knowing half the buttons. That's the fun of a fucking fighting game.
That's what arcade mode is for.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are we going to say?
I, of course, recommend it, but I'm going to have to base this on being a Dead or Alive fan. If you're a hardcore fan and you love these games, then go ahead. It's going to give you new characters. It's going to give you newer levels. You're going to have a new story mode. If you're into it, you follow this, then yeah, go for it. But if you want a good fighting game and you don't want to spend the bucks, get 4 used.
Yeah.
I really see no reason to spend the $60 on this new if you just want a good fighting game when 4 plays just as well. You have interactive levels. The only thing you're really missing is the extra characters. I mean, if you don't care about stories and all that shit, go spend the $10 and get part 4.
Well, the other thing is, you know, if you're not a fan of the series, you're probably not going to go out and get this. The good thing about fighting games is, for the most part, they get cheap pretty quick.
Yeah.
So if you're not dying to get this, you probably don't have to wait long before it's $40, $30.
Yeah.
You know, $40 would be top of what I would pay for it, but you know, that's not going to take very long to get that way. So.
But I'm a fan. I've been playing it since the first one. You and I used to play the original on PS1.
Yeah.
So was it PS1?
Yeah, the PS1 one. That was
so way back when.
Yeah, that was when they first started doing boob jiggling physics, and they were flopping all over the place.
But I mean,
so that was ridiculous. But this one actually
more realistic.
It has more realistic physics, but it's still super sexualized. So like, if you have little kids, like if it's for like teenage boys or something, you know, there's plenty of fighting games that are just as good. But with this, actually, no, teenage boys is fine. They, you know, it's not like they're nude or anything, but like, you know, maybe if you have little kids like 10 years old, you probably don't want them playing this one. But other than that,
well, like I said, I'm a fan, so I got it, and I enjoy it, and I'm glad I got it. But then again, if you don't follow the series, save yourself the money, is what I say. So, for me, it's worth it as a fan. If you're not a fan, save yourself the cash, get part 4 used for $5, $10.
Yeah. That sounds right to me.
So, there you go.
There you go. Dead or Alive. Subscribe to our channel and like us on Facebook.
Yes.
And like this video and
like and favorite everything we do ever.
And
all
comment,
the time.
comment because nobody ever does that.
Yeah. Maybe we should put more tags on our videos so people do that, find them easier.
Okay.
God, I'm lazy.
Okay, bye.